Anderson slams it in.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that?
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. And so here is Chicago following the score by Minnesota. Here's the kid. The offensive rebound.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Chicago foul. Jackson Davis. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Chicago on D. It's a 5-point game, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
What he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for with his bounce.
Jackson Davis with it. Inside. Here's the kid, and that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Johnson. Coming off a 12-point game. 5 on the clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got 6.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Chicago passing it around. Here's the kid. He's got 5. Anderson for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Pass to Duncan. Here's Boomer. The ball's knocked loose and out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. And here we have last season's best free throw shooting teams. Number 1, Chicago. The 4th spot held by Minnesota.
You know, you really didn't want to send either team to the line if you had any ideas about winning.
And so here is Chicago. 6-point lead. Pass to Baller. Outside, Anderson. Here's Baller, covered by Lively. Here's the kid. Here's Baller, coming in off 21 points in his last outing. From the arc. Another miss. He's 0 for 2 now. Minnesota trails by 6. Here's Lively. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Pass to Baller. Lets the 3 fly. Boomer pulls it in.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Misses the 3. Chicago leading by 4. Down low. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the year.
Last year, they battled to a stalemate, winning 1 game apiece.
And, you know, when you only see a team twice a year, it's hard to really get a good understanding of who they are or a good feel for them. Oftentimes, that can lead to a series split. So few players still even use the hook shot, but I think it's a tremendous weapon when you can master it and do it right.
Now Lively. Here's Boomer. Gets the 3 ball to go. Boomer's got 5 now.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's DJ. Lets it go from the wing, and there's another one for Chicago.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
To the inside. Here's Harris. And And he floats it in for the easy two. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Get the ball in close. Get your points that way. That's doing good business.
DJ passes to Anderson. Here's Magician. Pass to Baller. There's the three. The rebound by Blackman.
He can't get anything to fall, at least not this quarter.
To the paint. Here's James. An easy two on the layup. And now just a three-point Chicago lead.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
DJ passes to Anderson. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Now here's Lively. Pass to Harris. So it'll be two free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight.
Shooting two.
And he drops the first. And Harris drops them both. Here's DJ. Pass to Magician. To the middle. Oh, deflected. It's stolen by Lively. Out to the wing. 14 feet away. And he knocks the jumper down. And Minnesota leads by one.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
They set a pick. Releases from 15. Count it.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Number 39, first personal foul, fourth team foul.
1:51 left to play in the first. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Here's Blackman. Easy breezy with a rebound.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Pass to Blackman. Now here's Lively. And here's James. Here's Lively. Shot clock at 5. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And also the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
Oh, stolen by Harris. Here's Blackman. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's DJ. Anderson with a screen. Pass to Money. Here's Easy Breezy. There's the screen. Here's Magician. Three-pointer off the mark. And so it's James with it. He brings it up for Minnesota.
Just a tough road loss. You're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
And the bucket is good. And it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. It's Minnesota up by 4, and we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
And it's G in at the 5.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
On the court for Minnesota, they've got James, and it's Johnson in at the force line. To the inside, here's G, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And that's how you move the ball, putting the defense in a really tough spot.
Pass to Duncan. Back to Johnson. Uses the glass on the layup. And Minnesota leads by 4.
Need to do more than that to keep him from getting the ball in the post.
Exactly. I mean, deny him the ball in the first place. Don't let him get it.
Here's the kid. Inside. Here's G. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. G's got 4 points this quarter. Johnson with a bucket.
Precision pass into the post. Well-earned assist.
Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen. Minnesota leading by 4. Duncan, the pass to Boomer. Outside Johnson. And rejected. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
You know, that's about as good a defensive play as you're going to see. Instant reaction to get a hand on the shot. Beautifully done.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And he gets that one. And Clark, whether we're comparing players or voting for the annual awards, defense is a factor that is often undervalued.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, we love to see people score in a variety of ways. We like to see that offensive skill set on display. But, you know, defensive stats are critically important, but not as easy to identify and count. But yet, and still, it's half the game, so you can't overlook it.
Here's Jackson Davis following the score by Minnesota. Can't cash it in from the high post. Minnesota leading by 6. James outside, down low. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Great lead pass, anticipating where his man was going to be, not where he was.
Pass to Magician. And there's the lob.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
There's a screen. And there's James from the arc. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
Defensive mix-up there. He's the last guy you want to leave open.
Black hole, the pass to the kid. Here's Baller. Check by James. Baller shot is off.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Pass to G. Here's the kid. Chicago passing it around. G passes to the kid. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, BA.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Shooting one.
Here's Johnson. Give him 8 points now. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
And looking at second chance points last year, here were the teams that did the most damage on the offensive glass. Fifth best, Minnesota.
Second chance points were crucial to their offensive production, so they worked to maximize that strength.
Here's Boomer, covered by Jackson Davis. James, outside. Outside Johnson. Shot clock at 6. And there's the drive. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Boy, you love to see the aggressiveness, using the height advantage to hammer it home.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hop, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Pass to James. Here's Duncan. Takes it inside. Misses another. He's 0 for 4. Chicago trails by 8. The kid passes to Blackhole. Fires from deep. They get it again.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. They've led by as many as 11. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Chicago on Wednesday. Then on Wednesday.
And you know, for that matchup with Denver, things starting to solidify as that game is going to be number 10 on the year for them. Teams will be getting sharper every time out.
The first free throw is good. He's off on the second. Chicago trails by 7. Here's Baller. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Blackman's got 4 rebounds now.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Pass to DJ. Here's Money. Outside, Anderson. Here's Money. Off target with the 3. Minnesota leading by 7. Now here's Lively. 15 in his last outing. And here's James. Harris a screen. Puts up a deep 3. Minnesota again missing. Chicago has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Baller passes to DJ. Here's Baller. He's scoreless. And he lobs it up to the rim. Oh, stolen by Harris. Oh, got a piece of it. Chicago with a rebound. Here's Baller. Drives to the hoop. Here's Money. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Lively with it to the paint. Blackman. And it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
And that is what we talk about. Make the next pass. Fantastic feed.
DJ passes to Baller. Anderson with a screen on Lively. Outside, Anderson to win the drought. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. Minnesota leading by 9. Pass to Blackman. Now Lively. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball.
Miscommunication oftentimes leads to turnovers. That's something they'll want to discuss.
Here's DJ. 9 points in his last outing. To the middle. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Anderson's got his second bucket on the night.
Well, the analytics would say take either that shot or something from downtown.
Harris right side. 1:53 left in the first half of this one. 6 to shoot. James passes to Blackman. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Here's Harris. Easy breezy with a rebound. Chicago trails by 7. Here's DJ. Pass to Anderson. Here's Baller. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. DJ, no good. Minnesota leading by 7. Now here's Lively. Launches it. Hits the trifecta. Lively's got 6.
Well, I like how their perimeter game is building out. They're feeling it right now.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
Here's Money. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Baller. Anderson with a screen. To the inside. And finished off by Anderson.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Jackson Davis has checked in for Chicago. And Minnesota making a change here. There's 45 seconds left in the first half. Here's Duncan. Nice D from Anderson. Inside. Jackson Davis with the bucket.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Duncan, pass to Lively. Here's Duncan. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Gets the three to fall. Here's Baller, covered by Lively. Pass to Jackson Davis. No good from 11 feet. And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's Minnesota up by 8. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Thanks for joining us. Through the first half, there is still some work to do for Chicago.
If you're shooting under 30% from three, try to find another way to score, man. This is crazy, Shaq.
Yeah, being one-dimensional, they're making it too easy on the defense.
Okay, switching gears. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings thus far.
Taking a look here at Chicago, this team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things. And I got to say, they're looking almost as dominant as Kenny.
Easy, big fella, but I gotta say, they are making it look easy, here in this early part of the season at least. And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Minnesota leading by 8. And it's G in at center, locking down the middle. That's the group for Billy Donovan, getting going here in the second half. Pass to Johnson. Clock at 4. Shot blocked, and they recover it. Chicago shooting a solid 53% from the floor. And that one drops. The kids got 12 points.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Pass to Lively. G with a rebound. G's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
Here's Baller. Still no points. Over to the wing. Now Jackson Davis. Fires top of the key. He gets it in there.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now here's Johnson. 10 points for him. Here's Duncan. Minnesota again missing.
Look, bad shooting nights happen to everybody. He's just got to feel fortunate that his teammates have picked up the slack for him.
A nice shot by Baller.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Johnson passes to Lively. The layup for Chicago. They've gone 3 of 3 in the second half. To the inside. Here's Anderson. And finished off by Anderson.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. a switch here. And with a pause in the action, here we have the best rebounding teams from last year. Second, Chicago.
And they, of course, have a style of play that is all about physicality. I mean, they love to embrace the contact out on the court, but the possession game for them is always pivotal.
Now here's Johnson. 10 points for him. Here's Duncan. Sinks it from distance. Duncan's got 6.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Chicago trails by 3. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's the 3. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
Back to Jackson Davis. Chicago passing it around. Pulls it. And there's another one for Chicago.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
Out left to the wing. Now here's Lively. He has 6. Tipped away. In transition, here they come. Puts it up from 12. And there's another one for Chicago.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
The kid's shot is off. Minnesota leading by 3. Here's Duncan. Jackson Davis with it, and Lively picks him up defensively. He stops, he pops! Jackson Davis misses. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Pass to Duncan. Here's Boomer, covered by Jackson Davis. Clock at 6. Here's Duncan. No good with a layup.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
2 points. That one goes. The kid's got 16 points.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Good idea to call timeout. It looked like the guys were getting some heavy legs out there.
So both teams changing it up here. Chicago on D. Pass to Boomer. From 9 feet out. And that one's long. For Chicago, they've gotten 7 of their 9 shots to fall. Quality shooting in the second half. Here's G. And there's a pick to the middle. And that one is hammered home.
Creating a high percentage look with a good decision on that pass.
Here's Duncan. He has 6. Pass to Boomer. James, right side. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
I mean, that was just terrific work to stay in control and finish.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
That free throw, good from James. For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 10 in the third and looking in control. And here's Jackson Davis. He has 6. Just 5 on the clock. To the wing on the left. Drills it from deep. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
James with the ball. He's got 15. From downtown, Chicago with a rebound.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Buries it from 3.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
Minnesota trails by 4. Here's Duncan. He has 6. Pass to James. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Anderson's checked in for Chicago. Chicago leading by 4. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
Here's the kid. 16 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Jackson Davis misses.
Just hasn't found much consistency from the floor, but his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Duncan. To the paint. Here's Harris. And Harris throws it down.
The simple bounce pass works at any level, including the highest level.
1:44 left in the third. Anderson against Harris. Now Jackson Davis. He's got 6. Down low. Here's Easy Breezy. Yep, that one goes. Easy Breezy's got 5 points.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
We've got 1:13 left in the third. Harris a screen. The 3, James. Jackson Davis grabs a miss.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
To the paint. Pass to the kid. Here's the pick. It's Jackson Davis with a drive. Blocked! And they're on the run. Here's James. And score it. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game. 41 seconds left in the third. Anderson. And finished off by Anderson.
Come on, BA. He sure can rise.
Grant, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
Now, here is James. He's got 17. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
At the line for the away team, James. 2 shots.
That free throw good from James. Chicago making a switch here. Both free throws good from James. 23 seconds left in the third. Now here's Jackson Davis. He's got 6. One second left. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater!
makes his selection just in time. Well done.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Chicago ahead. They're up by 4. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for Minnesota, they've got Johnson, and it's Boomer in at the small forward position. Great positioning on the putback. And Chicago leads by 6.
And they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Now here's Lively. Clock at 6. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Here's Anderson. Here's the kid. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Boomer's got his 4th rebound in this one. Fires the 3. Pass to Duncan. Takes the 3. Fires in the triple.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's DJ. Outside, Anderson. Here's G. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And Minnesota with possession here. Chicago making their last shot. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Here's Johnson. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team. He was very passionately telling his team, don't give them an inch when they have the ball. This game is going to come down to defense. I need you guys to work hard and close this one out. Guys?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Myers. And he dunks it down.
So sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Minnesota foul. Johnson. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's the kid. Fires from 14. And the shot falls short that time. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Inside. It's tipped. puts up a deep three. The long distance three is buried. The Kid's got 9 points here in the second half.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
Pass to Boomer. Chicago with a rebound. G's got 9 rebounds now. Here's the Kid, covered by Johnson. G passes to the Kid. Lets it go. A nice shot by Baller.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Johnson. Pass to Duncan from deep three-point range. Minnesota again missing.
He's trying to get himself into a rhythm, but at what expense?
Shoots from 12, and there's another one for Chicago.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
Here's Duncan. Looking to end the run. DJ pulls it in. Chicago leading by 8. To the inside. Here's G. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Now here's Johnson. Pass to Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. There's the triple. Minnesota again missing.
Well, he's kind of deflating their chances, and I know he really wants to help the team, but this is not the way to go about it.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And here's Johnson. Pass to Lively. Counted.
Those are the looks they want to continue to generate.
Chicago leading by 10. Outside, Anderson. Here's DJ. For 3. Boomer pulls it in. Boomer's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Duncan. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
After a quiet first half, he's really turned it on.
For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 12 so far here in the fourth. To the middle. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
You can tell he's just a touch out of sync here. But he's battling, continuing to fight.
Lively passes to Johnson. Book it!
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Chicago making a switch here. Jackson Davis is checked in. James is checked in for Minnesota. Here's G. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. And here's Minnesota now. Good momentum. 8 straight points. Nice! That one's good.
They're really working the paint now.
For Chicago, they've gotten 8 of 13 shots to find the basket in the fourth quarter. Outside, Anderson. Here's the Kid. Shot clock at 6. He gets it to go.
Very important points. I mean, they're trying to hang on to this lead now. They needed that.
Yeah, they had been watching it kind of melt away, but that basket could be what gets the momentum back in their favor.
Here's Duncan.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Oh, the shot is off. Chicago leading by 4. Jackson Davis with it. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Johnson with the rebound. And here's Minnesota now. A big stretch here going. 10-2. Here's Duncan. A one-handed jam. Rocking the rim.
In a tight one like this, you have to trust in his ability.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he plays with no fear, and he certainly knows how to put the ball in the basket.
Now here's Jackson Davis. Ooh, the shot misses. They are so close to taking the lead.
This is one of those games where momentum is key. I mean, great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game.
Yes.
Here's Jackson Davis. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Yes! Using that window! This might be a turning point.
Massive possession here.
Here's Duncan to take the lead. Oh, it misses.
He's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. The time running low, he'd be better off trying something else. That's really an outstanding assist, creating a great opportunity inside. You can see the chemistry between those guys.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Lively, he's checked in for James.
Into the lineup for Minnesota. Number 40.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Here's Duncan. Johnson outside. Buries it from outside. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. For Chicago, Jackson Davis. Shoots.
He gets the first, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Calm under pressure, and every point here means a lot. It seems like every miss ends up in his hands. He's been unreal.
I tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
And so Chicago takes the win. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are